So, it's been a while since I've done a rant video, but this has just really been fucking pissing me off lately, and I have to address this, and it's the comicbookmovie.com community. I have no problems with the actual site. I know that there are some people who claim that they rip off from other sites or steal their news stories. I don't know about that, but the site generally does give a lot of cool information on comic book movies that other sites just don't have, and that's why I really regularly visit the site just so I can find out a lot of new information about comic books, about comic book movies or video games and stuff. And in that respect, the site does its job fairly well. Where the site completely fails is its community, in the fact that they are probably the biggest collection of douchebag, asshole, butthurt fanboys I've ever seen in my goddamn life. Most of the users on this site do not have a basic grasp on the concept of an opinion is not a fucking fact. You know what is a fact? 2 plus 2 equals 4. That is a motherfucking undisputable fact of life that you just cannot argue about. 2 plus 2 equals 4, end of story. You know what isn't a fact? Me not liking Iron Man 3. That's an opinion. I personally didn't like the film. Does that make me wrong? No. Does that make me right? No. Does that make my opinion a fact of life that's completely undisputable? No. Does that make other people's opinions on the film undisputable facts of life? No. And I tried to engage in an actual intelligent conversation on the site, I gave my reasons for why I didn't like the film. Some of the users were also pretty good to me. They gave me some reasons for why the film is good, and they've actually, raised some pretty good points, and I appreciate them for that. When someone voices their opinion in a calm manner and they raise some good points to, back their arguments up, I have no problem with that. I actually really love discussions like that. However, I was soon pretty much bombarded by stupid fanboys who immediately called me a bandwagon hater, a Nolan cocksucker, that I probably jerk off to Nolan in my sleep and stuff, that I'm just a DC fanboy, go masturbate your Superman stories, a Man of Steel, And that's basically most of the user base of this site, and they are just complete assholes. The second you disagree with them, they immediately attack you and call you a bandwagon hater, a faggot, a butthurt Marvel or DC fanboy, depends on which article, and they just go out of their way to act like complete and utter assholes. And I've really grown sick of it. The straws that broke the camel's back were the articles about Shailene Woodley, about making her hot enough for Amazing Spider-Man 2, saying she needs to have a porn star ass, her hair needs to be bigger because it's bigger in the comic books, her tits need to be the size of the moon, and it's generally stupid stuff like that. And later they were like, the article is satire, it wasn't really made to hurt anybody. Yeah, but do these people not understand that sometimes you can say hurtful things as a joke and not everyone is going to think of it as a joke? There were plenty of times in my life where people just blatantly made fun of me and they tried to pass it off as, oh, dude, I was just joking. I didn't mean it, honestly. And that's just a stupid excuse assholes use to cover their asses when they actually manage to hurt someone's feelings, and that's what happened with that article. And then I see unbelievable hypocrisy on the site. Like, Jeff Johns revealed Zatanna's new costume in Justice League issue number 22, and then everyone just went insane, calling DC sexist and stuff, saying that they're just selling porn to comic book fans and stuff, and they just get on their high horses. And then I see the users that talk about this whole costume being sexist and DC hating women and stuff, seeing them as porn stars. And then I noticed these same assholes who are saying these things are the same bastards who called Shailene Woodley a fat cow whore who shouldn't be playing Mary Jane because she's too fat and ugly. Wow. Wow. I have nothing to say to that except, wow, you guys are hypocritical douchebags. Like, you deserve to be banned from the site. And that's pretty much 90% of the community of comicbookmovie.com. 90% of the motherfuckers on that site need to be banned. They, honest to God, need to be banned this instant. I cannot understand how the mods or administrators or whatever let these douchebags get off with saying stuff like that and not be banned. But then I found the king of assholes on comicbookmovie.com. It's this guy called Intruder, and he's pretty much the biggest Marvel fanboy I've ever seen in my life. He pretty much calls every DC movie complete piece of crap. He calls all the Marvel movies, even the genuinely bad ones like Blade Trinity or even the Captain America movie from like the 90s. He pretty much calls all of those movies amazing and stuff. And it just blows me away the amount of douchebaggery that this guy has in him. He just pretty much attacks anyone who doesn't think Marvel Cinematic Universe is the greatest thing to ever happen to mankind. He attacks anyone who even slightly disagrees with them. You can even mostly agree with the guy, but if you're like not exactly in his opinion to like the letter, he's just going to attack you and say all sorts of shit about you. And he's probably the biggest bastard I've met on comicbookmovie.com. And then there was one comment that really proved just how big of a bastard he is. He basically said in an Iron Man 3 article that the DC fanboys are gonna rate. No. Sorry, I'm actually saying it wrong. Like, there was this discussion about like Iron Man 3 versus Dark Knight Rises, which is better, which is worse and stuff. And then this guy basically went completely ape shit and said, "Oh no, leave the DC fanboys alone. Like, if you anger them anymore, they're gonna cause another Aurora shooting, just this time in an Iron Man 3 screening." And my jaw hit the floor. I was really just flabbergasted that this motherfucker can get away with saying stuff like that and not be banned on the site. I'm not usually one of those guys that gets hung up on, tragedies and stuff. But when you say stuff like that, like fanboys getting so angry they're going to cause another Aurora shooting on an Iron Man 3 screening, that's not funny. That's not funny. You're basically making fun of the people who actually died during the Aurora shooting, and you're basically making fun of a genuine tragedy, and that's just not right, in my opinion. That's not right, and this asshole still hasn't been banned from the site. I don't think... Yeah, actually, he hasn't been banned. He just replied to me on an article and stuff. So yeah, that's pretty much my problem with comicbookmovie.com. The community anyway, they're just so full of complete idiots that cannot learn to respect other people's opinion. They see their opinion as scientific fact. They immediately go batshit insane whenever someone disagrees with them. They are hypocritical, misogynistic, sexist assholes, and most of them deserve to be banned from the site, as far as I'm concerned. And one of the admins or mods or whatever, Leviticus, actually said something that I really agree with. He basically told them, wow, if I was the head of a studio, I wouldn't make any comic book movies for any of you assholes ever again. Whenever a comic book movie comes out, you all get into a hissy fit. You all just act like complete and utter bastards towards each other. You attack every member of the community, every other comic book fan. You attack the people who actually made the film. Whether it was good or bad is debatable. And you generally just act like complete pieces of shit, and you make all of us comic book fans seem like douchebags. And if I was a studio head, I wouldn't make jack shit for any of you. And that's pretty much how I feel the same way, because these guys are making comic book fans all seem like raging, spoiled brat 5-year-olds who are bitching and complaining because they didn't get my favorite toy. That's basically 90% of the comicbookmovie.com community in a nutshell. So yeah, this video was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. This has just really been pissing me off. I'm going to hold out hope. I'm trying to find at least another intelligent person on comicbookmovie.com. I'm trying to get some of these bastards banned, because the site has potential. The site has some great information on it, but I'm just so sick of these douchebags just bombarding every single article with their flame war shit. So yeah, that's my rant. I hope I was at least somewhat enjoyable for you guys, and I'm out.